From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are following at this hour. The baby of a woman in Georgia who was declared brain dead and has been on life support since February was delivered early Friday morning, her mother said. April Newkirk told WXIA TV that 31-year-old Adriana Smith's baby was born prematurely by an emergency cesarean section early Friday, the Atlanta station reported Monday night. She was about 6 months into her pregnancy. The baby, named Chance, weighs about 1 pound and 13 ounces and is in the neonatal intensive care unit. He's expected to be okay, Newkirk told the TV station. He's just fighting. We just want prayers for him. Newkirk said her daughter had intense headaches more than 4 months ago and went to Atlanta's North Side Hospital where she received medication and was released. The next morning, her boyfriend woke to her gasping for air and called 911. Emory University Hospital determined she had blood clots in her brain and she was declared brain dead. She was 8 weeks pregnant, according to WXIA. Newkirk said Smith would be taken off of life support Tuesday. The Associated Press called and emailed Emory Tuesday for comment. It is unclear why Emory decided to deliver the baby. The Associated Press has also tried to contact Newkirk. Turning to news from Washington, Tulsi Gabbard left no doubt when she testified to Congress about Iran's nuclear program earlier this year. The country was not building a nuclear weapon, the National Intelligence Director told lawmakers, and its supreme leader had not reauthorized the dormant program, even though it had enriched uranium to higher levels. But President Donald Trump dismissed the assessment of U.S. spy agencies during an overnight flight back to Washington as he cut short his trip to the Group of Seven summit to focus on the escalating conflict between Israel and Iran. I don't care what she said, Trump told reporters. In his view, Iran was, quote, very close, end quote, to having a nuclear bomb. Trump's statement aligned with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has described a nuclear-armed Iran as an imminent threat, rather than with his own top intelligence advisor. Trump met with national security officials in the Situation Room on Tuesday as he plans next steps. Gabbard brushed off the inconsistency, blaming the media for misconstruing her earlier testimony and asserting that President Trump was saying the same thing that I said. Despite the video evidence, there's probably not going to be any convincing her that what she said is what she said and what she meant was what she meant, and that Trump didn't pay her any attention nor any attention to the U.S. spy agencies. So there you have it. And now this news from New York. New York City Comptroller and Democratic mayoral candidate Brad Lander was arrested by federal agents at an immigration court Tuesday after he linked arms with a person authorities were attempting to detain. A reporter with the Associated Press and other journalists witnessed Lander's arrest at a federal building in Manhattan, the latest confrontation between U.S. agents and a Democratic politician objecting to the Trump administration's effort to jail and deport mass numbers of immigrants. The immigrant Lander escorted out of the courtroom was also arrested. Lander was released from custody after a few hours. The U.S. Attorney's Office said it was investigating his actions and would decide later whether to charge him with a crime. Lander had spent the morning observing immigration court hearings and told an Associated Press reporter that he was there to accompany some immigrants out of the building. And finally, Senator Alex Padilla on Tuesday encouraged Americans to peacefully protest against President Donald Trump's administration, dare I say regime, and said it's time to wake up. In his first extended remarks in the Senate since he was forcibly removed from Homeland Security Secretary and Secretary of Dog Executions Kristi Noem's press conference in Los Angeles last week as he tried to speak up about immigration raids. In emotional remarks on Tuesday, Padilla, a California Democrat, recounted the altercation in which security forced him out of the room and onto the ground after he tried to ask Noem a question. Padilla said that even though he was accompanied by a National Guardsman and an FBI agent, I was pushed and pulled, struggled to maintain my balance, and ended up flat on his chest on the floor. I was handcuffed and marched down a hallway repeatedly asking why I am being detained. Padilla said as several of his colleagues from both major political parties sat in their chairs and listened. Not once did they tell me why. Nor will they ever, Senator Padilla. That's the news at this hour. Download the Live 365 app to take us wherever you go. If you are watching the video version of our newscast or news blasts on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.